Hello, I'm Susie Hart and I'm from Craft Aid International, and today I'm going to show you how to make a pom-pom penguin, or indeed a pom-pom robin, using the materials and equipment that you've got in your kit from Craft Aid International. So in your kit you will find a couple of pom-pom makers, some wool and some pieces of felt and some eyes to complete your creature. And I'm going to show you how to make the penguin, but the robin is exactly the same principle. So start off by taking the smaller of your two pom-pom makers and just bring the arms from one side out like that. Take the end of your wool, wrap it around the middle, do that a couple of times so that it holds fast, move that to the side, and then just go round and round like this to fill up your pom-pom maker with wool. Now for speed, I'm going to add in a second strand of wool so that I'm doing two at once, and that's going to make it much faster for the purposes of this video. But if you're just using the materials you've got in the kit, you'll just be using one strand, and that's fine. Of course, you know, after you've made your penguin or your robin, you can use your pom-pom makers to make endless pom-poms for all sorts of exciting uses. And you might want to use 2 different colours, or 3 or even 4 different colours of wool to make your pom-pom, and you can make some really fantastic psychedelic results. So that is now completely full with wool, as you can see, and I've been very careful not to cover the pieces to the right and the left, but just to put all the wool in the middle. So I'm going to close that now and then just snip that off. Go to the other side, open out the arms like that, take your end or ends of wool and do just the same thing. Go round and round until it is completely full. So you may have bought your kit at the Knitting and Stitching Show or another exhibition or event that we've been at. You might have been given it as a present, or you might even have bought it online if our online shop is now up and running, which we hope it will be by the spring of 2019. But however you got your pom-pom kit, I hope that you'll take some time just to have a look around the Craft Aid website and find out about all the exciting things that we're doing here in the UK and in the developing world with people with disabilities. Okay, there we go. So I can now snip this off, because actually it's people with disabilities that we work with here in the UK who have helped put together all the elements of your kit. So I'll tell you a bit more about that in a moment. First of all, let's see what happens next. Take some very sharp small scissors and just start to snip all the way around like this. Don't try and cut through all the layers at once, because you'll just end up hurting your fingers unless you've got very sharp scissors. And it's very important that every single strand of wool has been cut. There we go. So you can see that's completely cut all the way around now. Do the same on the other side. As you can see, this is so much faster than doing it the traditional way with 2 circles of cardboard, because you've not got to spend time posting the end of the wool through the hole in the middle of the cardboard every single time you go around. There we go. So that's now completely cut all the way around. I'm going to take my length of wool and I'm going to double it like this, just to make it a bit stronger. I'm going to put that in the groove around the centre of my pom-pom maker and pull it tight all the way around like that. Okay. And then tie a couple of tight knots in it. So 1, and then again 2. Now if you're wanting you know, a loop on your pom-pom, then you could possibly leave those long, but we don't need a loop because this is the head of our bird, so we're just going to cut them short. Then we can pull the arms of our pom-pom maker out like that and like that. Then take the centerpieces in each of your hands and pull apart, and ta-da! There is your pom-pom. How super speedy and satisfying is that? So then just take a nice big sharp pair of scissors and give it a really good trim all the way around. At this point the phone might ring, but because you're enjoying making a pom-pom, you'll probably ignore it. So we're just going to keep on going round and blissfully ignore the telephone. Right, so you can spend quite a bit of time doing this until you've got your pom-pom absolutely perfectly spherical, but I don't want to take too much of your time watching this video, so I'm just going to get it to a basic roundness. There we go. Okay, that will do nicely. So there is the head of our penguin. Now to the body. So for the body, you want the bigger of the two pom-pom makers in your kit, and as you can see, I've already started filling this one. I filled it with white for the tummy, but just about 3/4 of the way round, and then I'm going to finish off that half with the black. So let's get our black wool ready again. Having covered myself with little tiny bits of black wool already from trimming the last pom-pom, but that's fine. So we've put the white on already. We're going to carry on with the black. So let's just wrap it around like that. There we go. Lovely. Again, making sure that I don't cover these bits to the left and the right, but it's all just going into the centre of the pom-pom maker like that. Great thing to sit and do on a winter's evening. Right, so that's that half full. Close that down, trim off that end, and then I'm going to go to the other side and get my wool. Just go round and round. So as I said just now, the elements in your kit have been put together by people with disabilities who come along to our weekly craft sessions for differently able people in the community in Harrogate, Ripon and Leeds, and we hope other parts of the north and then other parts of the UK as well as time goes on. But currently we are based here in the north in Harrogate, and the sessions that we run during the week are just an opportunity for differently able people to get out of the house or out of their care homes, meet other people, make friends, learn new skills, and do that in a caring and supportive and creative environment. So we teach lots of different types of crafts, everything from mosaics to jewellery to textiles to pom-poms, and we also make up quite a lot of craft kits as well to sell to the general public. And the things that people make at these weekly craft sessions, they can keep if they want to, and some of the things they do keep, but most of what they make they donate, and then they come along to craft fairs and exhibitions and events, meet the public, demonstrate their skills, and it just gives them an opportunity to firstly kind of show off what they can do and help the public to see them for their abilities rather than their disabilities, but also the money that they raise through the things that they've made and then sell goes to help support people with disabilities in the developing world. And so that gives a tremendous sense of pride and achievement and raised self-esteem to the people who are involved in doing that. And if you're a differently able person in the UK, you're often very socially isolated, and so it's fantastic to be able to get out and meet new people, make new friends, but also you're rarely given the opportunity to serve others, and if you've ever done something for somebody else, you'll know that that's a good feeling. It's very important for our sense of self-worth and dignity and respect. And so the people who come along to the sessions, make the crafts, help you put these kits together, come along to exhibitions and events, maybe even sold you your kit, take great pride in what they do. So there we go, we've completely filled that with wool, and so now we're going to cut all the way around the middle, just like we did with the head. This is going to take a little bit longer because it's a little bit bigger, but not too much. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, the money that we raise in the UK through selling the crafts goes to support people with disabilities in the developing world. Well, why do we do that? Well, as I mentioned before, people with disabilities in the UK can find themselves very socially isolated, but it's very much worse even in the developing world. There's a huge amount of stigma attached to having a disability. And I speak from experience. I spent 10 years living and working in Tanzania in East Africa. I have a disability myself, and I also have a daughter with Down syndrome. And I worked and lived very closely alongside people with a huge variety of disabilities, and the stigma and the prejudice that they experience is horrendous, and it means that they're much less likely to get an education, and it's almost impossible to get employment. And so we give training and employment to people with disabilities in the developing world, and that enables them to support themselves and their families with dignity and pride, rather than have to resort to street begging or be hidden away at home behind closed doors. If you have a little look around our website, you can find out a lot more about that. You can find out about our work in Peru and in Ecuador, and my previous work in Tanzania as well. So, there we go. We are taking 2 pieces of wool like before and putting it around the middle and tying a really tight knot. And this, and another one, make sure it's really strong. There's nothing worse than getting to this point and forgetting to tie this knot and then opening it out and just ending up with a handful of pieces of wool. You don't want that to happen. So let's just trim off those long ends and then open out the arms of the pom-pom maker, just like we did with the head. There we go. Pull it apart and ta-da! There is our penguin body. It just needs a little bit of a trim. You might want to trim it over the bin rather than over the floor like I'm doing. I must also apologise for the paint on my hands. I am a working artist and craft teacher on a daily basis, so I'm usually covered in paint of one colour or another. Today it's grey paint because we've been painting some of the display for the Knitting and Stitching Show, which we have a stand at in Harriet each year. So there we go, there is our penguin body. So we're nearly done. What we're going to do now is take a hot glue gun, and if you haven't got a hot glue gun then you can use some PVA glue, which is just like white school glue, and a little brush instead, and that will work fine. I like the hot glue gun because it's just very immediate. So there's our glue on there. Stick the head on the top. There we go. At this point I'm just going to give him a little bit more of a trim so we get a slightly firmer silhouette. And as I say, if you're doing this at home you can take plenty of time with this and get it looking really, really perfect if you want to. So there we go. There's our basic penguin body and head, and of course if you were doing the robin you might want to kind of angle it like that a little bit, put the head a little bit further back and kind of trim it so that you've got that kind of slightly more robin shape to the body. Let's just trim that there. Lovely. Okay, so now what to do. Lovely. Okay, so now we need our feet. So glue gun on there. If you are using a glue gun, don't burn your fingers, it gets very, very hot. There we go. There's the feet. And then the beak. A little bit of glue on there. There we go. Lovely. And then the eyes in your pack are actually double-sided stickied already, so you can just peel off the backs and stick them on just where you want them to be. I always wanted to be a Blue Peter presenter growing up, and so this is quite an exciting moment because I'm using sticky back plastic essentially, albeit attached to a wibbly eye. So okay, there we go, there's our eyes, and finally the wings again. Are they wings or flippers on a penguin? Perhaps they're flippers. A little bit of glue gun on the top. And there we go. One. And the other one. Of course, if you're making the robin, it's basically the same process, but with slightly different shaped wings. So there you go. There is your finished penguin. I really hope you enjoy making your creatures that are in your kit, and that you'll enjoy making lots of other types of creatures as well. Do send us a photograph if you'd like to of your finished work. You can find us on Facebook at Craft Aid International, and have a look at the website. It's www.craftaidinternational.org find out about all the different people that we support and the people that we've learned from as much as we've taught them. It's a tremendous experience. It's a tremendous privilege working with the people that we do, because we learn as much from them as they do from us and from our volunteers. And it's extraordinary to see how their lives are transformed through learning a skill and earning an income and supporting themselves and their families through the work of their hands. Thanks for watching.